to ask a slightly semi-personal question, and then I'm going to open the floor, which is because, obviously 75 years, we can take small bite sizes into the last opening decades and now more recent decades. But actually there's a middle period, and you and I both belong to that middle period of that generation, which is that we are not Midnight's children. We are born in the 70s. We don't have any of the optimism that our parents' generation had. And we, of course, also grew up with a lot of collective violence around us. I in Punjab, but I was not alone. There were people in the Northeast, Kashmir. But also, soon after that, you had the Hindu-Muslim story flaring up with the Babri Masjid mobilization and caste violence as well. So violence, has been a kind of big feature of people of our generation. And in your case, it's all too personal. So, we've just had a recent anniversary of your father's assassination this weekend. So my question really is about actually a kind of Gandhian question about violence and how to live with it. And in your case, it's also personal. And so could you sort of say a little bit on your own personal resilience on it, but also how you envision the compact between violence and non-violence in Indian society?
I think, the word that comes to mind is forgiveness, right? Mm-hmm. It's not precisely the most accurate. It's how to put it? You realize. What? I'm thinking. You realize, right? No, because you've
I didn't mean to stump you, but it's
no,
it's a very obvious question.
You haven't stumped me.
But no one's asked you. I'm surprised.
No, they've asked.
Have they? I've not. Then why don't you have the?
Because
I'm
trying to go deeper in the answer.
Okay, let's do this.
So, I think in life, you will always, especially if you're in places where large energies are moving, mm-hmm. right? You will always get hurt. It's not, if you do what I do, you will get hurt. It's not a possibility, mm-hmm. it's a certainty, mm-hmm. right? Because it's like swimming in an ocean with big waves, mm-hmm. right? You are going to go under. It's not that you're not, mm-hmm. right? So then, when you go under, you learn how to react properly. Mm-hmm. So when you
so loss is productive. Loss.
The single biggest learning experience of my life was my father's death. There is no bigger experience than that. Right? Now, I can look at it and say, the person who, or the force that killed my father, mm-hmm. Caused me tremendous pain. Sure, it's correct. As a son, I lost my father, and many of you would have, and that's very painful. But then I can't get away from the fact that same event also made me learn things that I would have never ever learned otherwise. Right? Mm-hmm. So, as long as you're ready to learn, mm-hmm. it doesn't matter how nasty people are or how evil people are, as long as you're ready to learn. Mm-hmm. If I turn around and, Mr. Modi attacks me and I say, oh my God, he's so vicious, he's attacking me. Mm-hmm. That's one way of looking at it. And the other way of looking at it is say, great, I just learned something from him. Mm-hmm. Give me some more.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very Gandhian. But now, yeah.
No, but you come to this, right? When you're facing an attack, you come to this. There is no other realization possible. It's like that there's a poem, I don't remember the name, It's written by, I think it's a Palestinian person
All right.
who's been put in jail.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
And he's talking to the jailer. He's talking to the jailer, and the jailer, he says to the jailer, "Look, from the small window of my cell, I can see your big cell."
Right.
Right? So everyone's in jail,
Right.
right?
Right.
And you've got to be able to see that properly.
Right.
And if you see that properly, then you can figure out ways to deal with it or ways to get out.
Thank you. First.